Unit 14. Sleeves. Sleeve is the part of a garment that covers the arm, or through which the arm passes or slips. The pattern of the sleeve is one of the characteristics of fashion in dress, varying in every country and period. Various survivals of the early forms of sleeve are still found in the different types of academic or other robes. Where the long hanging sleeve is worn, it has, as still in China and Japan, been used as a pocket, whence has come the phrase to have up one's sleeve, to have something concealed ready to produce. There are many other proverbial and metaphorical expressions associated with the sleeve, such as to wear one's heart upon one's sleeve, and to laugh in one's sleeve. Sleeve length varies from barely over the shoulder, cap sleeve, to floor length. Most contemporary shirt sleeves end somewhere between the mid-upper arm and the wrist. Early medieval sleeves were cut straight, and underarm triangle-shaped gussets were used to provide ease of movement. In the 14th century, the rounded sleeve cap was invented, allowing a more fitted sleeve to be developed. Angel sleeve, a long wide sleeve that usually hangs loose from the shoulder. Batwing sleeve, a long sleeve with a deep armhole, tapering towards the wrist. Also known as a Magyar sleeve. Bell sleeve, a long sleeve fitted from the shoulder to elbow and gently flared from elbow onward. Bishop sleeve, a long sleeve, fuller at the bottom than the top, and gathered into a cuff butterfly sleeve, usually found on Filipiniana, the national costume for women of the Philippines, and dresses or formal blouses that start at the shoulder and get wider toward the end of the sleeve, but usually do not go longer than 4-5 inches. The difference between a butterfly sleeve and a bell sleeve is that butterfly sleeves usually do not go completely around the full arm. Cap sleeve, a very short sleeve covering only the shoulder, not extending below armpit level. Cold shoulder sleeve, a long sleeve that is disconnected past the stitching on top of the shoulder, but not underneath, where the armpit is. The top of the bicep is exposed. Dolman sleeve, a long sleeve that is very wide at the top and narrow at the wrist. Fitted point sleeve, a sleeve that is long and narrow and ends in a point resting against the back of the hand. Jigget or leg o mutton sleeve, a sleeve that is extremely wide over the upper arm and narrow from the elbow to the wrist. Hanging sleeve, a sleeve that opens down the side or front, or at the elbow, to allow the arm to pass through. 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th centuries. Juliet sleeve, a long, tight sleeve with a puff at the top, inspired by fashions of the Italian Renaissance and named after Shakespeare's tragic heroine, popular from the Empire period through the 1820s in fashion, again in the late 1960s under the influence of Zeffirelli's film Romeo and Juliet. Kimono sleeve, a sleeve cut in one with the bodice in a wide sloping shape, similar to that on traditional Chinese robes, not Japanese kimono whose sleeves are sewn separately. Lantern sleeve, full, gathered sleeve where the top part of the sleeve is plain and the cuff balloons out halfway between wrist and elbow. Pagoda sleeve, a wide, bell-shaped sleeve popular in the 1860s, worn over an engage anti or false undersleeve. Pane sleeve, a sleeve made in panes or panels, allowing a lining or shirt sleeve to show through. 16th and 17th centuries. Poet sleeve, a long sleeve fitted from shoulder to elbow, and then flared, somewhat dramatically, from elbow to wrist, or sometimes mid-hand. Often features ruffles on the cuffs. Puffed or puff sleeve, a short, 3/4 length or full sleeve that is gathered at the top and bottom, now most often seen on wedding and children's clothing. Raglan sleeve, a sleeve that extends to the neckline set in sleeve, a sleeve sewn into an armhole, armscye. Two-piece sleeve, a sleeve cut in two pieces, inner and outer, to allow the sleeve to take a slight L shape to accommodate the natural bend at the elbow without wrinkling, used in tailored garments. Virago sleeve, a full paned or pansied sleeve gathered into two puffs by a ribbon or fabric band above the elbow, worn in the 1620s and 1630s. Wizard sleeve, a sleeve that extends from the shoulder to wrist expanding in a conical shape, draping openly off the wrist. 1/4 length sleeve or quarter length sleeve, a sleeve that extends from the shoulder to midway down the biceps and triceps area. 3/4 length sleeve or 3/4 length sleeve, a sleeve that extends from the shoulder to a length midway between the elbow and the wrist. It was common in the United States in the 1950s and again 21st century.